you fight, something to make you feel strong.
Hello everybody, Coldblood FTW here. Just wanted to bring you a quick video showing you the penthouse strategy that I used to get to round 200. And yeah, just wanted to bring this to you. Maybe it can help a lot of you get to round 100 or even 200 at least. It is an absolute fabulous strategy and it's extremely fast once you get the hang of it. Let's get into it. Okay, so this build table here that I'm showing in a second is going to be your best friend. You're going to need decoys. I suggest using that over monkeys. I would first like to point out, of course, you're going to need your perks, Ring of Fire, a helicopter. All these need to be upgraded. Of course, I wanted to say, I wouldn't try doing this strategy unless you have everything leveled up. Perks, Ring of Fire, all that good stuff. And anyway, you're just going to want to come to this area right here where it is called the penthouse. You can see above the map there. And this is all you're going to do. You're going to need the ray gun, of course. And you're going to want to shoot right where I am shooting. First shoot there, and then go back to the spot like I did here. And you'll easily be able to get Ring of Fire to start your round if you don't have it to start to begin with. And then you just, shoot the same spots, or if a megaton spawns, you're going to need your Ring of Fire out. Be prepared to hop down. You're not going to get this strategy. I'm just starting to get it after a couple of round 100s. You'll need to hop down, and it's just the safest way of doing things. You don't want to be hopping down and running around out here for too long if you do not have body armor. I really want to point that out. Yeah, don't be afraid to hop down, everybody. I would say, up until recently, I was hopping down almost, 90% of the rounds. I was barely able to stay up there. But once you figure out the strategy, you will be able to stay up there. And, once you're ready to come back in, I like to shoot a couple at the door there if you don't have Ring of Fire yet. And then you just come back up and it's rinse and repeat. Literally, this is all you have to do, and the rounds will go by so quick. This is why you don't want to come up here too unless you have Ring of Fire, unless you're starting the round, because you'll see the zombies will start coming up the little broken path there instead of just coming forward. But I'm doing it a little bit wrong in the video here. You don't want to shoot the left side as much as I do when you have your Ring of Fire out. You want to just focus on shooting forward. And once again, too, make sure your Ring of Fire is all the way to the left when you call it, because that spawn point to the left, you want to have it covered. That's the point of having the Ring of Fire. Now, if you are low on body armor, which I suggest you have, more than a quarter full all the time, just use this little, whatever you want to call it, teleporter thing to come down here and get your armor. And make sure you throw a decoy if you're mid-round like I did here. Throw it into the corner there. Make sure it hits the ground or it won't work properly. A lot of people say decoys don't always work. I think it's just really the placement. I've never had a problem as long as it's not thrown out a window or out of the game, you know what I mean? And then once you get your body armor, just come back up here. Make sure you have Ring of Fire, like I said, if you're going to come back up here. And yeah, that's pretty much the strategy, everybody. I wanted to have footage of me if I went down. I couldn't find any, but you can see this little tarp above me here. If you do go down, make sure you have your decoys like I pointed out before, and you don't even need to if you time your revive properly. You can just run down like I did before and throw a decoy very close to that build station, and then, grab your helicopter, grab your self-revive, and then repeat. And, hopefully you have armor, because you'll be in a lot of trouble. If you go down without armor, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. I almost suggest going to get armor before you get your self-revive. And decoys, decoys, decoys. Make sure you throw the decoy close to the body armor station, and make sure you throw your decoys close to the equipment station, I guess you would call it. And once again, you need that chopper in case you get cornered. And once again, the trick is just really shooting forward. You only shoot those two spots I showed you to get Ring of Fire. Then you get your Ring of Fire. You make sure you're all the way to the left and call it. That way you know the left side is covered, and you pretty much just shoot forward. You can shoot the spot that I was showing, but it's more important that you shoot forward. And then you don't even have to run downstairs. You'll get so good at this strategy, probably quicker than I did, and you won't even have to run downstairs. You'll notice that you'll just shoot forward, and your Ring of Fire will run out, and then you just kill a couple leftover zombies that are forward, and then you can focus on the spot that the Ring of the Fire was covering. You shoot that spot, you'll more than likely get enough kills to pretty much get your Ring of Fire back, and then boom, all the way to the left, Ring of Fire, rinse and repeat, and you won't even have to jump down there. Now, of course, when you start the round, it's really easy to get Ring of Fire. Now, once your Ring of Fire runs out and the zombies are flooding you still, that's where it gets a little tricky. That's the part you really have to figure out in this strategy, everybody. You really have to figure out how to stay up there. Every time you run down and come back up, you're risking getting hit and dying and yada yada yada. It also slows you down. But that's basically what you're striving towards. You just want to shoot forward and have that left side covered, and it'll come to you. But just focus on, you know, doing what I showed in the video at first, because that's really hard to get a feel for it. I watched a video on it as well, like I said, from a gentleman, Genesis Legend, I think his name was, and he did a great job in his video. He had footage of him showing what happens when you go down and whatnot, but you know, it's not a big deal. I did want to show that, but it's not such a big deal because you shouldn't even be going down, in my opinion. You could easily do this flawless. I feel like going down is kind of a crutch, and that's why I myself go down a lot. I think if I, you know, focused on not going down more, that would be better. So don't rely on that. Just, you know in the back of your head, if you do die, decoys are there to save you. The chopper gunner's there to save you if you get cornered, and just make sure you're quick, everybody. That's pretty much the gist of it. So yeah, I hope the strategy helps a lot of you, and hope to see you guys in the stream later. And I hope I explained it well enough. If there's any questions, please hit me up in the comments, and I will gladly get back to you and give you some insight on it, everybody. I've done this strategy for hours. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. Take care.